Welcome to Dominator TV, Episode 3. I'm your host, Dave the Dominator. You've made it this far, and I am so excited to see the subscribers, comments, and shares really warming up. We're continuing to grow on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, and our followers across social space are absolutely eating it up. So far, we've gone through two of the most daunting tasks of the home buying process. We've gotten a mortgage, which also gave us a direction and a price range to look in. And then we took the time to carefully shop around and select the best professional to meet our needs. If you missed out on episode 1 and 2, I highly recommend that you give them a watch later. We've got you for now, though, so stay with us and we will explore people's most favorite step of the home buying process: house hunting. If you've watched HGTV, and I'm sure that you have, I know that you know exactly what to expect, right? You're only going to have to look at 3 homes. Your price range will afford you everything you're looking for. The negotiation process is fast and fun. We can always talk the seller into taking less, and every house you see is going to be turnkey ready. Wrong. The tube does give us a good idea of what housing fashion trends are popping, different styles of home building, and some negotiations. But the shortened TV version of Hunting for Homes is very far from the reality that you are soon to experience. That's not to say that it isn't still just as much fun. When you get ready to start shopping around, it's important to sit down with your real estate professional and go over the details that you would like to see in your next home. Remember that you aren't very likely to find a home in your price range that has literally everything you want. I advise that if you get at least 85% of the amenities you were looking for, you've done a great job. Everything above that is a wonderful bonus, and it does happen. It will be up to you, however, to decide which features you can be flexible about and which you cannot. In addition to reviewing your wish list, make sure that you're looking for homes that meet your financing criteria. If your mortgage lender requires that the home be located in a certain area, be of a certain condition, or within a certain value range, now is the time to set those parameters. I will say that you should also allow yourself a little flexibility on the price ranges. Here's an example. Let's say that you're pre-approved for $225,000. You've reviewed different monthly mortgage estimates with your lender because you're on top of this, and you've decided that you'd really like to stay under $175 so that your payments are where you want them to be. I would advise that you still look at homes with values up to $185,000 to $190,000. I'm not expecting you to go out of your value range, but there are properties that can be negotiated with to get the price you want. If that perfect house is listed $10,000 over what you really need it to be, and the sellers are ready to see it sold, you just might have a chance. Your alternative is looking with the blinders on and possibly missing the opportunity. And I think I know which one you'll pick. Remember, when it comes to pricing, that if you're approved for $225 and you're looking around the $175 range and you find something that on paper makes sense with value, remember the undercut that the seller has taken in this situation and be honest with yourself. Are you going to find these same amenities in a house that is this cheap? Remind yourself of the realistic nature of home shopping and take that good opportunity while you still have it. Now that you've reviewed your housing criteria, it's time to establish a schedule that works for you and the professional. Not only is this helpful, but decoding the logistics of your searching will save you time and confusion later. Are you going to see houses in person or electronically via video that your agent is taking? Are you going to ride in the same car as your agent or drive separately? Either is okay. What's the best time during the week that is convenient for both you and the agent to see certain properties? Agents know that a lot of people are at work during the day and they only have weekends or evenings free. Tell your agent what it is that you need and they will likely be able to work with you. If they can't, Once you've figured out how and when, you can dig in. So we all know that third-party websites just love to show you properties that are off the market. One thing that many people don't know is that a listing that gets on a third-party site will still be there even after the property is sold or expired. It is important to pay attention to the little words at the top of the page that say off-market or active/currently available. To curb all of this confusion, most agents can provide you with a search tool that is directly linked to the multiple listing service so that you don't have to worry about inaccurate information. The most efficient way to gain access to the listings an agent sends you is usually through an app or to your email address. I encourage you to take a few minutes to learn how your agent systems will work so that you can benefit from them. The agent is going to use the criteria you settled on to begin looking on their own for you, but they want to encourage you to look for yourself just in case you see something they didn't, or vice versa. Ask your agent where they will be searching for possible properties. Are they going to stick to the MLS, or are they going to use other resources like Facebook Marketplace, for sale by owners, and MLS systems that they don't subscribe to? This is where Zillow and Realtor.com will be your agent's friend. Remember that because there are so many variables that different systems that these houses go in, it could take your agent just a few to find a property you're inquiring about if it isn't listed in their primary system. Never fear, for they will get you answers. Showing day. Most agents will begin to set up showings at least a day before they would like to go. Unless the house you're seeing is vacant, last-minute schedulings are difficult for everyone and often get rescheduled. Make sure the agent has a full list of properties you would like to see, as they will likely put them on a route that makes the most sense for efficiency and create an itinerary for you to see the houses you've picked. Keep in mind that sometimes last-minute offers come in, houses go off the market, and sellers may not respond immediately. All sorts of things could alter your showing day experience, so leave plenty of room in the schedule for creativity if needed, and your agent will flourish in filling your time valuably. As you're looking at homes on hunting day, you will fall in love with some aspects of houses and find some that you know 100% sure you are not going to buy. I highly recommend that you give each one a shot and take notes about what you liked and what you didn't like about each one. When you share these notes with your agent, they can more easily cater to your tastes in future showings. Keep in mind that if you are committed to seeing a house, it is important to the seller of that house to still let you see it and get your honest feedback so that they can help their own marketing efforts. As you're walking through other people's homes, be mindful of other people's belongings and keep your children close. Accidents do happen, and you really want to avoid them if at all possible. Be sure to take as much time as you need in each house and spend a few moments alone in each room to think of how you would use it. With each showing, you will naturally want to talk opinion and value with your agent, which is a great idea. I do advise, however, that you be vigilant of your surroundings and consider talking outside of the home. Many sellers have taken advantage of home surveillance systems that have the ability to record audio, and giving away your negotiating position is not something you want to do accidentally in a home. Watch out for Ring doorbells, Arlo security systems, cable company security systems. Anything that has a camera likely has an audio recording device that the sellers can access. Your agent should take the role of pointing out any adverse facts that they see in the property. An adverse fact is some feature or defect that has the potential to negatively affect the home's value. This could be an obvious leak, flooring issues, non-functioning appliances, holes in the walls, etc. Granted, the agent's not a home inspector and should only comment on things within their general scope of professionalism, or things that are just generally familiarized as things that are wrong. A good agent should have all pertinent information about the property available: age, square footage, defects that the seller has reported, estimated plot lines, etc. Be sure your agent can provide the answers to all of your questions before you make a final decision. When you're being shown homes, keep in mind that this is your process. An agent may tell you how much competition there is on a property, but know that it is only for your own good and opportunity cost. No professional should ever make you feel pressured to make a decision or get commission breath if you decide to see more properties. This is your process, so own it and be unapologetic in your diligence. While you're seeing homes, take as much time as you need. Be sure not to let other people's decisions affect what you're experiencing in the property, and I think that you'll have a better overall experience. One of the final things I want to talk about is the concern that a lot of people have, agency relationships with your showing agent, how they're going to get paid, and what forms are required. That might not be something that we have discussed in episodes 1 and 2. An agent is typically paid out of the seller's proceeds. The seller's agent usually splits commissions with the buyer's agent, but that does not mean that there aren't exceptions to that rule. For the most part, you're not going to pay for a real estate agent on the buyer side because that value has already been calculated into the seller's expenses. Some agents like to use what's called a buyer's representation form that tells the client and the buyer what the duties are owed to each party. The client and the agent what duties are owed to each party, and sort of points out that this certain agent works specifically with this buyer. This is not a form that is necessarily required by Tennessee state law, and it's not a form that I used to practice, but other agents do. Remember, whatever works for you needs to be the decision that you end up making. The rest of the beauty of Step 3 lies in the eyes of the beholder. I can't wait to see you at my next showing. Until next time, this is Dominator TV, hosted by me, Dave the Dominator. Thank you for watching. Remember to follow me on social media. Find me on Facebook at Dave the Dominator, YouTube at Dominator TV, Instagram at Dave the Dominator, all one word, and Twitter at Dave Dominator 18, because that one has apparently been taken before. These videos will be distributed as podcasts and found wherever you get your podcasts. I can be emailed directly with any comments, questions, or feedback at davethedominator.com. For local real estate advice, email me, call, or text 423-290-6827. Reach out to me personally with any situation-specific or location-specific questions, and I'll happily work with you to get those answers. All information given in this episode is not to be taken in lieu of any legal advice or advice given by someone more qualified than me. It's simply here to help you make the best decisions possible. Also remember that my business functions largely in East Tennessee, and some markets vary area to area. I'll be happy to help you decode what differences happen in what areas. Dominator TV is created, hosted, and edited by David the Dominator Sanders, realtor and team leader, Coldwell Banker Kennard Realty in Cleveland, Tennessee. Mobile number 423-290-6827. Office number 423-476-5532. Each Coldwell Banker office is independently owned and operated.